Happy Monday, it's Wemi here with your Monday dose of inspiration. So, we've all wanted something at some point in our lives. Right now, so many desires and wishes are being put out from your soul and mine into the universe. A dream job, a successful business, a new home, a husband, wife, partner, vacation home, becoming debt free. The list of dreams is endless. Now, we don't always get what we want. I've talked about this before. Sometimes life will protect us by denying us. That being said, there's so many amazing things that we want and that life also wants for us. How do we get more of that? A few weeks ago, I decided that I needed to wash my patio. My regular process is a bit stressful. It involves going back and forth and filling a bucket with water. I knew there had to be a better way. So I got this 100-foot hose from Amazon that I was going to run from the front of my building through to my patio. After all of that prep and drama, nothing worked. I couldn't get the hose to connect to the tap. The water wouldn't run the second time when I tried to connect to another one. The hose also didn't stretch to 100 feet as advertised. I was like, what kind of con job foolery did I get myself into? Basically, I had to go back to my bucket. As I stood there frustrated and with bucket in hand, there was this feeling that rushed over me. I thought, this is not how I imagined this. And in that moment, I saw myself holding the hose. I felt myself pulling on the handle, the pressure forcing out the water in my hand. This was not just my imagination. I could feel myself taking these actions. My feelings had transported me to a place where I had exactly what I wanted. Eventually, it dissipated and I went about my business. I packed up the hose and Amazon sent me a return label through UPS with a scheduled pickup date for the next business day. Day one came, no UPS. Day two came, no UPS. By day three, I was just plain irritated. Then I ran into our gardener. He was actually using the tap that I tried to use a few days back, except now it was working. When he left, I took the hose out of the packed bag. I screwed it to the tap and turned it on. As soon as I did, the hose stretched all the way to 100 feet as advertised. I stood on the patio, pressed down on the handle, and the water came gushing out, exactly as I'd seen myself doing a few days back. What happened to me on the patio is actually a practice that I use to manifest a lot in my life. I went to that space nonchalantly and naturally. A lot of us do this too, we just don't do it consciously. We never give it a second thought. For example, you're in the kitchen and all of a sudden you think of a friend whom you haven't heard from in years. You genuinely miss them. You smile because you feel such warmth for this friend. Then everything fades. You go about your way and you don't give it a second thought. A few days later, the phone rings and it's your friend. You scream, "This is so crazy. I was just thinking about you." It isn't crazy. You felt your way to your friend. There was no doubt. It didn't feel impossible. You were not dissecting every thought, emotion, and action. There was a natural flow to how you were feeling. There was an assumption in your feeling. Nothing happens without genuinely feeling it. That is the missing ingredient. So, I'm going to be launching a program, an intensive in the fall, about feeling your way to success. I'll be working with a small and select group of entrepreneurs, creatives, content creators, and helping them feel versus trying to think their way to success. If you are someone who is trying to figure out how to manifest more consistently, send me a direct message now. I'll put you on the wait list for that program and reach out with more info. Have a beautiful Monday, you guys. Have a beautiful week. I'll see you soon.